Doc, I had the same question, but at least for Jared Sullinger and for Avery really returning.
Yeah. Well, I knew they could play because, I've had them. Sully, unfortunately for us, was injured a lot, but obviously I was starting him right before he went down. And Avery's just a bulldog, and I like him at the 2. I think Brad's done a good job there. Obviously last year we didn't have a lot of choices with all the injuries, but he's another guy. I mean, you look at their team, Jeff's playing great. They have some pretty good players on that team, and their thing is obviously scoring, and you can see that tonight.
Quickly, before we finish this video.
Before that,
Marshawn
Brooks.
I even say that. That's what I was going to say. Marshawn Brooks sighting tonight.
Okay. Marshawn
Courtney
Brooks,
Lee fouls out in 15 minutes of play.
I don't know how Courtney Lee fouled out. He didn't do anything.
0 points.
0 points is correct.
We're talking about defense. Stevens puts Brooks in for the last 5 minutes of the game, 4:11 of the game.
And he was awful.
Okay.
He just got schooled.
Well, yeah, he had one. I think he had like a layup to start it off, and then it got really ugly.
He got a good pass.
But the thing is, their defense fell apart at the end there, kind of like way at the end. That's kind of when you want Gerald Wallace in there.
And they put in Gerald Wallace for that exact reason. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with getting
Brooks with Wallace.
I'm okay with getting Brooks some burn and seeing what you got there, but I just don't think that's the right situation.
Not in this one, no.
I don't think at that point.
You want him in another one of those awful.
Yeah, I mean, you got a guy coming in who's cold. You need points. He's coming in.
Put him in. You're beating the Knicks by 30.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I agree. And
yeah,
I was gonna say one other thing, and I can't think of it.
Marshawn Brooks was terrible. Did we already say that?
It was about Hackett Jordan.
Yeah.
They went to it in the second quarter.
They
went to it in the second quarter, but then they didn't go to it in the fourth quarter. I just thought that maybe that was kind of interesting. I mean, it's obviously part of somebody's.
I thought
game
it
plan
worked, except they gave up an offensive rebound.
All right, well,
he shot 1 for 6.
It worked until he airballed the free throw, and he front rimmed 2 of them, just nicked the rim.
But he is better under Doc Rivers.
But yeah,
he's shooting 38% from the free throw line.
I think
and 61% from the rim.
Jordan Crawford fouled Chris Paul with 4 seconds left at the top of the 3-point line. Why are you fouling Chris Paul in that situation? But you're not going to foul DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think that's really just the Steez.
It's Steez being Steez, but I think maybe it's Stevens a little, he's still working out some things, and maybe if he gets another chance to do it, he does it differently.
Yeah, maybe Stevens just trying to mess with Doc. Just trying to throw out all sorts of counter moves, try to throw them off, or it's just a terrible decision. Who knows?
Or you can't really put it all on the coach. At a certain point, it's the player's job to execute.
You got to do it.
It's not Brad Stevens.
I'm just talking about the Hackett.
That would come from
Jordan.
Stevens.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Because it did in the second quarter.
Okay, so
I mean, maybe.
I don't think Courtney Lee just nowhere would purposely foul.
Yeah, probably not.
I'm doing the robot. That means it's time to wrap it up.
All right, you do that.
It's kind of the robot. So just final thoughts tonight. Doc Rivers coming back. Jimmy, we'll start with you. What is your heart saying to you right now?
It's singing. Final thoughts. Okay. It was good to see Doc back. I'm glad the fans reacted the way they did. I think Doc Rivers leaving is just as much. I think Danny Ainge and Wyc Grousbeck have just as much part in his departure as Doc Rivers does. I think that if it wasn't going to work out for all 3 sides, it wouldn't have happened. Celtics got a draft pick. There you go, Danny Ainge. Wyc Grousbeck saved a lot of money on that contract from Doc Rivers. There you go, Wyc Grousbeck. And Doc Rivers goes to a team that's going to win. So, I mean, what are we really complaining about? I think at the end, everybody wins. And it was good to see the fans react the way they did.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And, this night was good for closure for everybody. You know? We can all move on. We can all focus on basketball. We can all just accept that Doc's a Clipper, Brad Stevens is a Celtic, and this is the new era, and we're here.
Or we can look ahead to January when Pearson, KG, and Jason Terry return to the Garden.
Yeah,
that's going to be even bigger.
So every single show from now on, we'll talk about that.
Unless KG retires between now and then, because he really, at this point, might as well.
All right. Well,
sorry, Kevin.
We might as well retire tonight because I'm all about cheesy segues. For Evans Clinchey and Jimmy Toscano from Celtics Blog, my name is Jared Weiss from CLNS Radio. Let's say goodbye to Doc. Celtics lose this one. Garden Report. I miss him so much.